What's happening, people? Ready for action? We are sfxxPlay.
Yes, we are.
See what I did there? That was like
VR.
We are.
Stop.
Troopers!
Stop it! I knew exactly where you're going with that.
Troopers! That's my shit. Whether today is
not.
whether fuck you, I love VR Troopers. It is bad now.
No, it was either VR Troopers or Superhuman Samurai.
I like both.
I love superheroes.
Nope, you couldn't be both. It was either one or the
Well,
other.
I was.
Nope, when Power Rangers went off, I stopped watching VR. I stopped watching Power Rangers, and then I went.
That's your fault. Maybe you should have watched the Troops.
Nope.
With that sad black man.
No, it was only cool when what was his name? No, it was cool when Ryan fucking left, and then he came back with the cool new blue outfit, and I was like, oh, he's cool.
Cool. See, that's what I'm talking about. But Beetleborgs.
That shit is terrible.
Bro, that shit was ass.
You talking about with Jay Leno in the house?
Was it Jay Leno or Robert Williams Cumstain?
It was. It looked like Jay Leno in a purple suit and white makeup on.
I didn't even introduce us. With us today is Hazmat.
Did he say something?
I've seen
said
podcasts where
as a
we're like, oh shit, we're 10 minutes in. I haven't said anything.
I'm sorry.
Wow.
We have Hazmat on the podcast.
Hey, coming at you with the Matitude, guys.
Matitude.
Oh, yeah.
That was nice. I like
Oh,
that
yeah,
one.
I love it.
Right. Okay. Catchy.
With us as usual is the Foxy Steve.
Hello, everybody. On the Off the Rails, we're sometimes we say stuff, and sometimes it's recorded.
He sounds like a
Man.
senile old man. that just sounds so
You guys
senile.
with the saddest podcast episode ever. It's going to be me and Steve complaining about technicality issues and shit.
Something's in my eye, my contact, it's fine.
It's my nut.
It's your nuts.
It's my nut.
And with us,
The ever exhausted.
always sexy, Simply Dave.
Simply Dave.
I'm not dead
Yet.
yet.
He doesn't sleep.
What is that?
Oh.
Put him in a coffin.
I'm gonna. Okay, so welcome to Off the Rails. Today's show, we're gonna be talking about stuff and things,
I love stuff and things and things and stuff.
I like mutton stuff.
I
I
like
love fun and stuff.
I like butts and stuff.
I like butts and butts. So
I actually
Butts.
just enjoy Pornhub. I'm just gonna throw it
Pornhub
out.
is
hey,
fucking
Pornhub,
amazing,
if you want to shout it, man, look, we don't care what people think of us. So Pornhub, if you listen, by all means, just let us know. Give us a month of premium to give away to one of our subscribers.
Nah, give it to me. I want to see Virginas and Fur-K.
Well, he doesn't really know how to pronounce it right, so give that shit to me because I actually watch Pornhub religiously every day.
I want to see Piper Perry get folded into a pretzel.
Look, I just want a McNasty and a fur burger.
I just want a nut.
I just want to see some weird shit.
I want to see some cam sluts.
Cam sluts.
Cam
sluts.
Oh,
So which one of you guys want to see me touch my pussy?
Oh God, I'm gonna flick that bean.
thank you.
Thanks for the donation. I'm gonna flick that bean.
Almost there.
I want to see a bunch of Egyptian people covered in shit and rolling around in the Confederate flag.
They might have that.
They might have it.
I think I might have done it to that at least 3 or 4 times.
I want to find a walkthrough for Fallout 4.
You'll find that there on Pornhub.
This is why Pornhub is fantastic.
I've seen like Call of Duty tips on there.
What? All right, guys.
I've seen. I have seen anime that is not hentai on Pornhub.
Just
Oh shit! Is this Tokyo Ghoul?
there's somebody actually working there.
There's people at Pornhub look at it and like, what are they upload? This is not pornography.
Have y'all ever Have you guys ever watched a porn, but the story was so good you didn't even beat off to it? You just kind of just enthralled in the story. Like,
It's
damn, this shit's pretty
there's
fucking good.
actually a movie called Pirates.
That's amazing.
Oh, like Sid Meier.
It was actually called Pirates.
It's so simple.
Is it like Pirates of the Caribbean parody?
It's kind of like that, but it's just it's weird, but it's actually really good. I was like, oh hey, this is actually.
Hey, remember Lord of the G-String?
Remember
I
Orgasmo?
do remember that. But see, Orgasmo was a comedy.
But it was still good.
It was funny.
If y'all didn't watch Emmanuel in Space,
We were just talking about
I've watched Manual. Wait, who did anybody watch Lex?
Lex with the 2 X's?
Yeah, I have that.
Stanley Tweedle?
I have this.
I love Lex.
I have the entire series.
Lex is great. It's about a janitor named Stanley Tweedle who goes on these misadventures in a giant phallic-shaped fucking ship.
And
with
there's a sex robot.
There's a sex robot. There's a dead assassin.
And the dead assassin has this weird
bouffant hairstyle.
It's some shit.
I can't believe you've seen Lex. Of course you've seen Lex. I have seen the whole series.
I have the entire series.
I've seen the whole thing.
Is this?
Me and Russell watched it together.
Lex? It's called Lex.
It's not really a porn or anything like that. It's just...
But it's vulgar.
It's vulgar. It's vulgar. It is vulgar. And it's ridiculous. It's vulgar
because the janitor's a pervert.
And he's trying to have sex with the robot. And they're like, oh, but she's smooth around the bend. And they keep on saying how she's smooth
Did this come on the Sci-Fi Channel?
It came on Sci-Fi, but there was the one previous to the one that came on Sci-Fi Channel to that was coming on Showtime originally. And they... What's his name? McDonald was in that too. He was in there, wasn't he?
Who?
Michael McDonald, wasn't he?
Oh, Michael McDowell.
McDowell. Yeah,
I was like McDowell. Yeah. That's Stanley Tweedle. Yep. That's a sex robot. She's actually not even a robot. She's a plant. She's a plant, and that's the dead assassin.
It is amazing.
And a robot.
It is great.
It looks like something that came straight out of the 2000s.
Dude, it is
Have
great.
you ever seen Spider Babe?
Yes.
What?
I have seen Spider Babe where she would squirt her with... Yes, I have seen Spider Babe.
If there's one thing I can talk about on this podcast, it's softcore porn.
Because I watched a lot of Cinemax growing up as a child.
I don't think there was one male
I
person.
saw a lot of Skinemax growing up as a child. Here's the thing. I had 2 older brothers, so my innocence was dead very long time ago.
You know, here's the sad part about it. That when I go to sleep with the TV on, and if it's a good movie like on Cinemax, I have to remember to put it on the sleep timer, because then my kids will come downstairs because I just know what's gonna be on like in the next hour. So I have to have the TV on because they'll just come downstairs and come into the room, and it's like, oh,
you gotta learn sometime, Matt.
No, not at all.
Yeah, I discovered that whole wacky wide world of porn at the ripe old age of 7. So it was
that was the wacky world of dry humping with no clothes on.
Yep, and then I began to understand as I got a little older softcore porn versus the real deal. See, that was just rubbing against each other. There's no porn happening in there. And then I got to see insertion.
What's funny is I've seen so Have you ever? I don't know the name of this one, but have you ever seen the one that was based off of King Kong?
Yes.
That is hilarious.
Yes.
It is funny.
I don't think I have.
I've seen that one. That's yeah. I've seen that. You know, I have who's seen Backfuck?
Ooh, I've never seen that.
Yeah, it is. It pretty much it's like it's Dark Knight Rises, but it's pretty much it's Batman. Like the Joker and stuff was in there and everything, and Bane was in there, and Catwoman is actually.
But instead of fighting people, he has sex with them.
He went into a warehouse and just had sex with random girls. I was like, this is weird. But going back to something that you start watching and not beating off to, you're like, oh. Hey,
this is great.
This is actually pretty decent. This is terrible explosion quality, but this is
Oscar worthy.
This is the Adult Film Network worthy. We'll put it that way.
A Woody?
There is a softcore
I think that's what
kind of like porn movie type of deal, right? I can't remember the name of it. Maybe you'll know what it is. But the idea was that all these teenagers, right, go to they get whisked away to this facility where there's bedrooms and stuff like that. So they start having sex with each other. And then one by one, the women fucking explode.
I've not seen that one.
Yeah, that sounds amazing.
As it happens, there was some kind of experiment where they wanted to find the right compatible woman. And these people's sperm was just huge or something like that. God. So the women would explode, and so then towards the end of the film, it's revealed the final big bad guy was one of the teenagers, and he spins this girl around in a chair, and he's like, "You're the only girl I haven't had sex with," and she starts running away. He's like, "Come here and let me fuck you."
No, I have not seen that one.
I'm like, wow, because they exploded. I'm like, oh shit.
I have seen this one called like Sexapede or something, where it was like it was weird. It was like these people were monitoring when people would have sex, and when they would have sex and get like to their orgasmic point, it was like a centipede that was in their body that they were trying to get out. Oh man, it was like they would get there, they would be like, and they'd be like, it's gone when the libido is gone. It was weird.
It's pretty. That sounds really fucked up and gross.
And I was sitting there watching. I was like, this is.
Centipedes and sex should never mix.
How did we get on to any of this?
You know,
I don't know. We were talking
you want to know
about
how
it.
we got on this?
Because
We just did it.
We just did it.
We
It's off
didn't
the
go
rails.
into it. We just started talking about softcore pornography. So this is the first topic.
The first time. Yes. What?
Let me actually put us on.
Our first topic is going balls deep, or since it's softcore, balls outside.
Hey, baby, you want me to rub my dick against your hip?
Let me get the inside of that thigh where it's soft.
What the fuck? Let me get that armpit. Just grab my dick and blink on it.
Oh yeah,
Rub your eyelashes on it.
I am so flaccid right now.
And what's fucked up is the softcore porn actors and actresses are porn stars. They're legitimate porn stars who have done the hardcore stuff.
They've done hardcore
And they've shown
porn.
the vaginas and the pee-pees. And I've seen them. And I'm like, oh. So
why?
I mean, but,
a paycheck's a paycheck.
right. When this is at this point, because this is. There's the thing. It's art. In their mind, it's art. So it's
boredom.
Lord of the G-string is art.
And no, it's either one of two things. Either you get the stunt double, or you go home.
Stunt cock.
Fuck that. I'm nutting on somebody. Shit.
Stunt cock.
Can I get that stunt cock in? I need you to be able to shoot 30 feet.
Sorry, that's an Orgasmo reference. Fucking stunt cock. It was always a dude who would come in and he would slap his ass. And it was like... And then at one point, they called a stunt cock, and it was just a black dude. He was like, what the fuck?
I remember that.
He was like, that's not going to... He was like, we'll edit it in post. It's like,
They'll whitewash it.
sure.
That's what
That's what they're going to do.
Every
They're gonna
time.
whitewash it. Orgasmo and Chota Boy.
I didn't know you had a dragon up there.
Oh, this shit's old. I had this shit on 15.
That was called bad decisions.
Man, fuck that. Look, if you want a dragon,
Did you
get some stupid ass shit.
Did you
for your
name him?
tattoo.
Did you name him?
My sister did.
You were supposed to name him.
His name was Kwaku. That's but she was like 6 when she named him. So I'm like, oh, that's cute.
No, you got.
He's the boy with the dragon
give him a
tattoo.
name like the. Oh,
He's the girl
to
with the
him.
dragon.
You
Gonna
gotta
get
give him
murdered.
the Skyrim.
Ooh, I didn't think of that actually.
You gotta give him the Skyrim.
Name him Deathwing. That's from World of Warcraft.
Or, because it looks kind of fucked up, you should name him Trogdor.
You know what you should do?
Door.
Instead of getting a whole new tattoo, you should have them enhanced off the ones you already have.
I was trying to get a sleeve.
Actually, why don't you get, because if you the way that is, you could actually kind of puzzle it and get two
Burning
dragons
down the village.
or linked.
I can do that.
Because think about it, you could actually have this double thing going on and have another dragon down here, and it could be
I'm gonna do something
Do
that's,
a World of Warcraft.
I'm gonna do an off the rails exclusive. That's not exclusive. I'm gonna bring you guys back, and the reason why I'm bringing it back is because copywritten music exists, but this is a song from the internet, so I don't think it's gonna matter. So does anybody besides me and Bird know what the fuck Trogdor is?
I've heard the song before.
No.
Steve knows. Okay,
I don't
so I'm gonna play Trogdor.
Is it old?
Yes.
Okay. I probably heard of it then. How old is that?
Like 8 years ago.
Jesus Christ.
You can do that.
If you saw the picture on this, you would not want that shit. I know this now. What was this on? Okay.
It's on what?
Bernadette, take the
I'm
village.
like, okay, because I remember seeing this.
Trogdor.
Trogdor.
Actually, I'm actually have this guy I've been messaging on Instagram about tattoos and stuff, and he does artwork.
Oh no, the song's not over.
How long is this?
It's like a minute and a half.
That's not bad. This is enough for a copyright strike.
Because we're actually doing like a live post or doing this and everything, and we're talking about this, I'm actually going to show Davy's tattoo on there on Facebook Live. So that people can actually see, and then I'll just pop it over to the whenever starting live starts, because starting live never said starts.
Have them have some fucking creative ideas what I'm gonna do with this shit, because I don't want to get rid of it.
What you need to do is you need to make it in the Trogdor, and then you gotta hit that note.
And the Trogdor comes in the night.
So that's Trogdor.
Okay. So
Now I'm gonna show Davey a picture of Trogdor because he couldn't see it.
please show him a picture of that, because what was that, a foot in the middle of his body? Was that like a foot? What?
That's the dragon. That's
No, it was green, but it was a white foot that was in there. That was a Caucasian foot in there. No,
He's
what
the
is
bird
that?
man.
Okay, no, it's an arm. It's an arm. Okay.
just that's Trogdor, right?
And his feet. That looks horrible.
This is gonna be on the next season of Game of Thrones.
That looks like something you drew.
You can get that on your arm.
That's what it's.
Yeah, my niece got her tattoo this past year. Or maybe last year. She was 15, 16. Yeah, she's got a big old tattoo.
And it says,
Jesus Christ.
it says beating up that pussy.
Okay,
No,
it's
it's her name of her grandfather.
my dumbass Facebook Live is
Very,
not
very
like
tasteful.
working and everything. We're just gonna throw that
Asshole.
on there.
I know, I feel real bad now.
I felt some kind of way about it before. She's like, she's so young for this. But I'm like, it's whatever. She's fine.
And then Trogdor comes in the night. Boo!
That's not bad. I would get tattoos, but I'm covering so many scar damage that's just the tattoos.
I would get it.
Because I kept punching glass.
If that's scar damage.
That's a great tattoo, man. Where'd you get that?
That's scar damage.
That's a war scar.
That
right
is
there,
a war scar. I'm just gonna start telling people that I got
Just make up
shot.
some shit.
I'm gonna be like, oh my god, how did that happen? I got shot with a flamethrower.
Fuck
and
it.
and I was
Get shot
shielding
with
a
a
child.
flamethrower.
I was shielding a small child.
Oh man, you got into a fight with a cinder monster and you whooped his ass and you punched him.
Cinder.
Yeah, cinder.
So, it's like, I kind of want a tattoo. Because I have the perfect skin for it.
You have the great. You have that. You have house nigger skin.
I thought I'd never be called that again, Steve.
Wait, what?
Said I got house nigga skin.
We can't say that.
Well, he said it. So
God damn it.
I thought that's what he said.
I gotta bleep that out now.
I didn't
Look,
say.
it was like-
I see. I didn't say it the whole thing. Chris,
No,
actually
you did.
said-
I gotta
and you
bleep
used
that
the R on it. I heard the R.
I gotta
I heard
bleep
the
that.
R. I thought I heard the R.
Bleep the whole thing. I'm not bleeping it out.
No.
You gotta understand that I'm not doing it. There's not enough people watch this to care right now.
I'll do it.
We gotta censor ourselves,
I know,
people.
just every time somebody listens to it, beep!
It's House N-word Jim.
Oh,
That's our word.
No, I got a great idea. How about when that comes up, it just says Trogdor, and then we can just have
You gotta
that.
put a trigger warning on there because you know the SJWs they might watch our shit too, and we don't want nobody. We don't want to hurt nobody's feelings or anything. I'm just kind of thinking about the other people.
If you're a social justice warrior, kill yourself. That's all I'm saying. Just fine then.
Wait.
You guys just need to get baked. You
Wait,
know what I'm saying?
and now what I said is wrong, and now Chris is now just dug us deeper.
Or, Steve, I really like you, and I think you're a good friend of mine.
Mm-hmm.
But I want to let you know about some bad things in my life. And there's 12 other people I need you to share this with.
Oh, no.
So, Steve,
No.
welcome to your tape.
You know what that fucking tape?
Come on,
That bitch, she was inconsiderate. First of all, you're gonna make me, this is 2017, you're gonna make me go and find a tape player? Bitch, welcome to your tape. Okay,
She's already dead.
good.
Welcome
I am
your
not.
tape.
I'm about to listen to that shit.
No way in hell. Her message would, in reality, her story would never get out because no one is playing that shit on the tape player.
On a tape player. Who the fuck owns
Welcome
a tape
to your
player?
laser disc. Here you go.
Welcome to your floppy disk. I'm like, huh?
Ooh, can I get
I
that
can't
on
even
beta?
buy a drive. Come on now.
Can I get that on beta?
And it's just a couple pictures. That say
You know what, Chris?
flip.
Welcome to your Apple II. You have a text adventure. You need to.
Welcome to your typewriter.
Welcome to Minecraft. Find the message.
Hey, Ray Bradbury used the typewriter, and that is a great man.
And you know what's not?
Oh my goodness.
So, okay. Let's actually talk about something that's not just completely off the rails.
Oh, that's the name of the show.
You hear off the rails, take a shot.
Take a shot.
Okay.
Like a whole liter of fucking Fireball. You just
And this,
shut that
this,
shit.
That's a
this
shot.
episode was brought to you by beer.
I will
Tonight's beer on tap is New Belgium Juicy Watermelon Lime Ale.
It doesn't taste like watermelon at all.
They are also not really sponsors.
And Kentucky Bourbon Barrel Ale.
Also not sponsors.
But that is good beer.
And if you want to play at home with us, be sure to drink a bottle of Green Apple Effin'.
Too bad we don't have Poppycock because they support the Price is Right.
I heard cock.
Poppycock.
I don't want that.
Poppycock is great. I mean, I discovered that stuff in high school, and I'd be like, man, I just love. I was with my mom. I was like, man, mom, I just love some
No,
cock.
here's the thing.
And she was like, what? I was like, Poppycock. It's popcorn.
I always had
Got
this
nuts
thing
in it.
when-
I'm also gay.
I always had this thing when Bob Barker would always talk about
suck that
Poppycock.
dick.
Sucking that dick.
When Bob
Y'all
Barker
making
would
me
talk
snort
about
tonight.
Poppycock, I used to always think of him sitting at home smiling, eating Poppycock. when
I am old and white.
This is some
Old
good
and white.
fucking
On the price is right. And white.
The price is wrong, Bob.
I don't like to eat anything that is cock. Because I'm straight. I'm very straight.
Oh, straight Dave.
Nope,
I'm the
but you.
straightest man has ever lived.
Nope, but I know something. I know.
Donald Trump.
That tattoo says otherwise.
Oh, God.
But Davey, I know what you ate that was 6 inches.
What?
A sandwich from Subway.
Right, some from Subway.
Oh, he's Subway.
Oh no, you gay.
Not anymore.
Look, all right. Look, I used to eat them Subway sandwiches, but I ain't.
no!
Oh, God!
Oh.
Chris farted.
That is so right.
Chris can't have fucking pass gas.
Don't you have spray in this
It's
room?
so bad. You took 2 shits. What is that?
I took
That, wow, Chris. The smell to me over
What'd you
here.
break?
Nothing.
What's that?
That was my knee.
Damn.
That's what.
That sounded like wood. Steve, I think I know what the problem
What
is.
am I getting?
They gave you wood
Right
kneecaps.
there,
Oh,
right
don't
there.
spray too much.
This stink
My
like
allergies.
shit.
I'm gonna spray back here.
My allergies. That's enough. That's enough.
You need some new curtains.
You're gonna need a new chair.
No, because I'm gonna need a new house because that that came out of Chris' ass was fire.
Davey, what are you
Dude,
doing?
my whole
man?
butthole hurts.
Your dress code for this
You want
show
some
is
wipes?
all fucked up here.
Some of these goddamn wipes.
We got the DC Batman shirt on Matt. Get this sweet ass Venom shirt from Chris.
Whoa,
We're in a
whoa.
No, I'm sorry, Carnage.
Oh, you can't even say the name.
Oh.
It's the same thing.
No.
So I got the.
No.
It's just kidding. I know it's
He's
not.
crazy.
I know what it is.
Literally.
I got the nice Raccoon City.
Nope, he has messed up
Police
on that.
Department.
Now you get an enema.
I think I need one. Episode that we got.
In the
I
form
took
of an
one
IPA.
poop today. That's not good.
You get an enema in the
he
form
got a
of an
little
IPA.
triggered shirt, like he got off of Facebook.
Yeah, because all of your shirts offend me. I am triggered. I got Marvel and DC sitting in front of me, and I got fucking Capcom sitting next to me.
Marvel vs.
Triggered.
Capcom. Look at that.
Triggered. I am so triggered.
All right, so what is your?
Oh, I guess we can actually give a topic. So
You know, that's the first topic. That was the whole first topic.
the first topic was welcome to the show.
Porn and tattoos.
Thank you for joining us. That is the opening.
And if you feel like stopping now, you can't.
You're invested.
You're just
Yeah,
fucked.
you're stuck here.
You're
stuck.
So you have to stay here all night to listen to our wonderful voices.
So yeah, for 40 minutes, you're gonna hear a circle jerk. It's just gonna be. Has anybody actually heard of a? Whoa! Wow! My foot vibrated.
What the fuck happened?
Steve just farted.
Steve turned into a rocket
What the
ship.
fuck is wrong with y'all today?
We had a lot of Alfredo, man.
We had Alfredo sauce.
If y'all don't know, Olive Garden got endless pasta. You need to go today. Like, go tomorrow. Go whenever you hear this shit
Y'all,
because
hey,
that
y'all had that
shit.
shit last time. They didn't do that to y'all's
at
stomach.
home.
You had a lot of Alfredo. Alfredo.
Endless pasta.
Charlotte.
Endless pasta.
I can buy endless pasta at home.
Hey, but give it to us.
No.
then you
I
know
was like,
what?
don't say that shit.
I'll give you Jupiter's cock.
That's fine.
We're the rest of the Sailor Scouts.
No. Okay. All right. So we. All right, Chris. So yeah, you go.
Okay, so, all right, so this is the week of October as of the time.
October
of recording
1st. Happy spooky, everybody.
this. Happy spooky.
September ended. No one woke me up.
My spine is shivering.
So,
Green
Wow.
Day reference.
The
anywho,
September ends reference. That was just.
Just gonna go to school with your little emo outfit on.
It was
Beat that
exactly.
shit.
No, it was exactly what it was. It's simply.
Okay.
so recently released was the Super NES Classic,
Sure was.
and myself and Hazmat both own it. It's pretty sweet. He
Yes,
hasn't
it is.
opened his yet. I'm so sorry.
Dicks. Fuck them.
Yep.
Hate you.
Go to hell.
Give
Alright.
it to me.
Are you guys gonna be angry?
Yes.
Fine, I'll know how to make it better.
I'm not gonna open mine because even we have.
Turn it off. Turn it off. Turn it off. Turn it off.
You scary skeletons and shivers down your spine. Yes!
So much.
Turn it off.
Scary skeletons and shivers down your skeletons. Spines and your shivers. Send shivers down your spines.
I'm done with you.
I bet they don't get paid for that. They're all really black.
Okay. Anywho,
Wow,
I
that
know.
was a fresh hell.
welcome to October. Every podcast is gonna feature that song in some way, shape, or form.
That's fucking
all-
horrible.
Welcome to the Spooky Cast.
We are like what is it, like the Hallmark Channel and stuff? 31 Days of Halloween.
What's the
ABC's
Hallmark
Family.
Channel?
ABC's Family.
What's that, Hallmark
31 days of
I have
Christmas.
children.
31 days of my nutsack
And a
on
wife.
my own
And a
forehead.
Mostly your wife.
Not even my wife.
Actually,
Really?
It's just a Hallmark Channel. It's just
actually,
on.
you know what I really liked? I think AMC used to do it. No, was it AMC?
Oh shit! I forgot about that. I didn't get a chance to do that one.
Oh, that's cool. Oh, it might have been AMC. AMC, the whole month of October. I don't know if they still do, but they would show nothing but horror movies all month long.
They do. They were no. Sci-Fi was doing that for a while.
Sci-Fi
but they
did
were-
that.
Sci-Fi was
they
doing
were-
it too.
Totally did.
Yeah,
that.
they
But
would do
AMC
that.
was doing it for like everything. I'm talking like Hellraiser.
No, and
to
they did it.
Saw,
And they did it
to
all. No,
fucking
and they
Killer
did it.
Clowns from Outer Space.
They did it all day.
Yes.
They did it all day because Sci-Fi would do it during like movie times, like what the hours of like between like 6 to like a certain time.
6 to like 1.
Yeah.
But like AMC would show that shit week in and week out until October was done.
Yes.
And I was like, this is crack. I was just watching. That's how I watched Hostel for the first time. It's on TV, so it's not going to be as good, but the violence was still there. But Hostel's a really shitty movie.
Hospital?
It-
Oh yeah, it was.
Yes.
it was. It was nothing but torture porn. That's
Yeah,
all
that's all it
was.
is.
And then
Eli
they made a
Roth,
sequel,
I think.
Eli Roth, yeah.
which is weird because Cabin in the Woods. No, Cabin Fever.
Cabin Fever.
Was
no,
that the one before
No,
Hostel?
That was before.
No,
that was way
no, no, no.
before. That wasn't Eli Roth, was it?
Cabin
it was.
Cabin Fever was that first?
I think it was Eli
Yeah,
Roth.
it was first. Hell yeah.
Yeah. Cabin Fever was first.
I'm pretty sure Cabin Fever was Eli
But everybody
Roth.
makes such a big deal about that movie, and it was.
It was okay, but it was much better than Hostel.
Have any of you guys ever seen Green Inferno?
No, I'm
No.
talking about
I have not seen that.
I don't want to.
Hostel. Everybody
I
makes
do not
such a
wanna
big
watch
deal
that.
about that.
Oh yeah, Hostel
Yeah.
sucks dick.
Yeah, Hostel's horrible.
Oh, you talking about the one where they were eating the people?
Yeah.
Is that one? Yeah, I haven't. I
I
couldn't
kinda-
finish it.
I'm shying away from it because I heard it was really fucked up. Like
There's a movie that's been banned for years, and I can't remember the name of it. I should look it up. I'm gonna look it up. It's a banned horror film, and it's worse than Green Inferno. Banned horror.
What was it? Cannibal Holocaust or some shit like that?
Yes.
Yes.
Oh,
that.
yeah.
That I know what you're talking about. That movie came out in the 70s.
1980.
Wait.
1980.
They had.
I'm actually looking at it right now.
When did they feature that movie? They featured that on Cloverfield Lane.
I think so. But all I know is
I think they talked about that in that movie.
all I know is Cannibal Holocaust. This movie from 1980. If you guys have never seen it, this is gonna be a spooky movie of the month. This is homework for you fuckers listening. Go and try and watch Cannibal Holocaust. Because what it is, it's a movie that got banned in countries because it was way too realistic. And people were like, it was fucked.
There was points there where it was realistic because animals did get killed in that movie.
Animals got
For
killed
real.
in that movie.
Oh no, this is that movie.
Yes.
Oh, they went to the island for those Aborigines people and tried to put them in the film.
I remember. Oh yeah. Okay, I remember that
and
movie. That
treated and the animals were actually murdered,
Yep.
and then the people got hurt,
Yeah, people got hurt because it was way too
severely.
realistic.
Yeah.
and they pissed off every person living on that fucking island.
Yep. Green Inferno, they worked with the people in the tribes or whatever.
And they were down with it.
They showed the people, and the people were like, "Oh, sure, we'll do this." The problem is, those people thought that the movie was a comedy.
They thought it was comedy. They thought this shit was
supposed to be
hilarious.
a comedy.
They thought it was hilarious.
They were like, "Oh, this is funny. Look at his face get ripped." I was like, I don't think you guys are. Whatever. They're down. Let's do it. So yeah, that's your spooky film of the month, Cannibal Holocaust. But let's get back to the topic that I actually was trying to make a point about. Completely forgot about because spooky happened real quick.
October 1st.
Off the rails.
I'm gonna get me a suit and a pumpkin head and wear that shit to work. Like, hey guys.
And I'd be like, kill me.
Cut it out.
Was there something real spooky?
Somebody's gonna Sparta kick you.
No, that's out the
That's gonna
building.
be
It might be
And
the
into the unemployment line.
I wonder if anybody would get offended if I showed up as the ghost of Kurt Cobain.
Definitely.
I think everybody in the world would get offended by it.
But could you imagine that costume? It'd be amazing. It would look like something straight out of Beetlejuice. So,
Ooh, that's...
So how about we go ahead? What was your?
sawed off in
not
one hand, no face, and just.
No, you could just go in there. I'm not happy 'cause today.
No, it just.
I love that song.
Oh, you're post-suicide Kurt Cobain.
Steve gets it.
He's got no face.
I caught that. I caught that. When he
I-
said no
I
face,
got-
I'm like,
yeah.
I'm gonna ignore that.
I'm not.
Oh, what was the name of that?
No, this is what. Didn't you get when he said Beetlejuice? And I'm like,
No, as soon as she heard Beetlejuice, she was like, oh.
I'm like, oh, you want some of the and the.
I know, I want some of the weird facial. Steve is in tears now. Because Steve does that vision. He's
No.
like, oh, this is going to be a lit Halloween party.
no. Chris,
Here,
you want-
guys.
you want-
Holy shit.
Chris wants
We have
some of.
lost listeners.
I'm trying to cut down myself.
Oh,
I'm mad that you got that. I'm
spooky
mad.
film number 2, you guys should go to Beetlejuice. Just,
It's not spooky at all.
but it's spooky enough. Because now he's dead, so it's...
So anyway, SNES Classic.
Yeah, so...
So me and you picked up the SNES Classic.
We picked up the
y'all.
SNES.
Fuck y'all.
Swiss Miss.
Fuck y'all.
And it's pretty good. It's pretty good.
I'm sure it is, bitch. Continue.
The hate. The hate.
Damn right there's some hateration going on here.
The hate.
But see, here's the thing, though. Nintendo said, and I'm holding them to it until they prove me otherwise.
That they're
that it's
making
not-
enough for everybody.
They're making enough that it's not going to be that hard to find.
Right.
Obviously, it's going to sell out immediately. It's going to be really hard to get it first.
I mean, well, they were dicks because they just discontinued. They discontinued the NES Classic.
And they said they're remaking them again now.
Also, that means like you got to.
You know what? That don't even surprise me.
Like right now.
Which is fucked up because I actually do want an NES Classic after having the SNES Classic because I'm like, I kind of want both
I
of them.
want both of them.
And it's like, I wasn't even an NES person, but I still kind of want
No,
one.
but
I was.
that just shows
I
where
definitely was.
Nintendo does this. This is what Nintendo does. They throw it out there to give people a taste, get their mouths watering, ravenous. Cannibal Holocaust, and then they say, "Here, we'll supply for the rest of the world now. Here's the vaccine. We'll distribute the zombie cannibal thing, and then we'll drop the vaccine.
Well, I'll tell you, they have done better than this year than they did last year, though.
Well, now.
There are more out there. And
as a person who used to work at GameStop, thank God, I was there for the NES launch.
And we got 3.
We got 4 at that location.
3. We got. Did we get 3? We got.
I went to the same location to pick up mine, and they were like, "Yeah, we got 24."
of the SNES. Right?
That's like,
Yeah.
poo! That's a lot.
Yeah, I heard. I heard some stories.
And they offered pre-orders on this time. There was actually they offered pre-orders this time around.
Yep.
So there you could actually pre-order, and then it's like whatever extra we had, there you go.
I'm hearing stories from like Best Buys that have had like 100 of them, 220 of them. So they have more. The thing about it is, no matter how many Nintendo made, there wasn't going to be enough demand. The demand is going to be way high. So all they can do is,
especially since Christmas time is right around the corner too.
So
it's ridiculous.
I'm mad that Davey was like, just like.
And so they got that, and then they
it
have.
sucks. I tried to get one today.
I already knew that one. When you told me you were trying to get one,
honestly, I just took a risk. I shoot my shot, and
why didn't you? You didn't pre-order?
No.
I didn't
Well, where did you check for it?
I went. Okay, well, I work at Ryder, so there is a GameStop in Streetsboro, like up the street.
What about when he
I know where that one is.
offered us to get one? You could have got one.
Jay did offer us that.
Jay?
Yeah.
When we went to
He
after the tournament,
sure
after
did.
the tournament, he gave the option.
Here's the thing. No. Here's the thing. I think he asked Chris, and I kind of overheard it, and I'm like,
He was asking all of us.
He was
'cause
asking
asked
all
Steve,
of
he was
us.
like, I can't
Crap.
do it right now. He asked me, I was like, I don't know.
shit.
And I'm like, I'll think about it.
He sure fucking.
Well, I'm sure you'll be able to
because
get
I
one.
didn't. I honestly, I didn't have that kind of money at the time. I didn't really think long term. I was thinking about the now. So I'm like, I don't have it now. Well, if I definitely had to get this.
You could have taken Final Fantasy back and had the money. Now.
I know you bought that motherfucking
Did you?
Final Fantasy.
Did
I enjoy it.
Did
I
you?
love it.
Okay, so you have been playing it. Okay.
I played it earlier.
By me, oh, won't you stand by me?
All right, so back to what I was trying to say. So, SNES was for a lot of people some of their first like big video game memories and stuff like that, and I find that really cool. Shut your ass up.
SNES.
SNES.
The appropriate term for anybody who went to school.
Yeah.
No, go ahead.
I kind of like this thing called SNES. I like.
It's
I
like,
like
like a candy bar.
Get a bite out of SNES.
with a lot of nuts in it. Here's some SNES with nougat and peanuts.
Nougat.
That's it.
Nougat.
What is nougat anyway? What is that?
It's not even nougat.
It's nougat.
You're adding an extra R.
You have now created. He has created a frozen treat. Everybody, it's like yogurt and nougat and nougat.
Hey, that shit sounds fire though. Oh,
Nougat and motherfucking yogurt.
Dairy Queen, get on that shit.
That actually could be really good. Shit, I wish I had invention money. So,
sorry.
I wouldn't know where to
Off the
begin.
rails
Just
again.
put cornstarch and high fructose corn syrup.
I couldn't tell you where to begin with that. But I was having this conversation with our good buddy Tristan the other day, and he was like, "What is your remembrance of like getting in the games?" And he was saying he's going to do it on his show, and I was like, "Sure, I'll join you with whatever talk that is." And I'm like, "But this is our show, and we can do it whenever the fuck we want."
Damn
So
right.
I stole that shit.
Damn right.
So now we're gonna talk about, because we got the funny out the way. Let's get the nostalgia, because I feel like everybody has that one bit of nostalgia.
I love nostalgia.
Kind of.
So we starting to pull their heartstrings.
It's like, what made you? Well, not heartstrings, but like, what was like the? What's the earliest memory you have of playing video games?
I thought we did something like
We
that.
did
we?
do that. We did.
Yeah,
that.
we
Remember?
did
That was
that.
our,
When
like,
fucking Mo was
that was our
talking.
second show.
That's right, because that was your idea, and Mo stole that shit. And you
Yeah.
were like, Mo, you a big bitch.
Yeah, that
Now
was,
there is,
And then when the cameras cut off, they got the fighting, and they didn't show that shit.
and there is what? And then there is.
Awesome. We went to the hospital.
There is
Yeah,
a
we went to
difference,
IHOP.
though. We'll put a spin on it. There is a difference between your first gaming experience and the realization of, like, I want to keep doing this forever, or that realization that you are a gamer. You identify as a gamer. You're playing these games. You're going to, you know about things before they come out. That kind of stuff.
when
So
you first started delving
when you
into that world.
when you became awakened
Yeah.
When you became from like that weird like anime essence where you went from like first just kind of casually watching it to becoming a full blown weeb.
just being
right.
in
That's when you finally
to the point of
so
like
you go from Dragon Ball's pretty sweet to hey, have you ever guys seen the Kagogoku no Sakayo? It's like what the fuck is that faggot? And it's like,
wow.
oh yeah, it's off the rails. I don't care. See, that's just here's what's fucked up because I love anime. I really do. I watch this shit a lot. But I really hate people who down anime way too much, and they get to like really offensive levels. I'm gonna give a throwback story, and I think Davey was there, and I think you may have been. I know Mo definitely was. You were not, because you were not hanging around us at the time.
Oh well, sorry.
It was a much sadder man.
It happens. It's okay.
That's okay.
We went to OhioCon, and I'll never forget. It was late as fuck. It was early, like maybe 2 a.m.
Yeah, I don't even know. Yeah,
David immediately remembers.
I remember.
We were sitting outside a Subway. I think we had a sandwich because for some reason at Columbus Convention Center they said, we'll keep open late Subway because that's what people want to eat.
One shit place is still open.
The only place they were just like, I'm hungry, so I guess I'm gonna eat this sandwich.
Because everybody wants to put their mouth on something that's 6 inches in the middle of the night.
Yes.
Yeah, damn right, bitch.
Mostly prostitutes, but
Mostly prostitutes. And
well, you are paying your money, Davey. You are paying your money.
So we're all sitting there chilling at the food court. We're kind of just walking by. Well, not walking by. We're sitting by, and people are walking past. We're people watching at this point. And I'll never forget, it was 2 black dudes. And I hate to be black and white about everything, but these were 2 black dudes for sure. And not to be racist, but there is predominantly more Caucasian people at these events. And it's not bad because nowadays I'm actually seeing a lot more diversity.
Mm-hmm.
So
it's definitely.
So I like that a lot. But when we were first going, it was definitely a more Caucasian focused crowd, and I don't know why. I feel like the African American community was kind of just like
closed-minded.
Yeah, they were closed-minded and kind of afraid to go out. Now we're seeing black Gokus and Naruto's fighting Walmarts. If I just was on Facebook and saw something.
But
I saw that too. I was like, what is this?
On the circumstances of that, just to piggyback on that real quick, that isn't starting to get out there until like things like Cartoon Network and everything are starting to bring those things to the forefront.
Oh yeah.
So so you got people who are watching things like Family Guy, The Simpsons, and stuff like that when they will watch things like that, and then it's like, oh damn, right after that we could roll into like Adult Swim and let's throw on Dragon Ball, and then they're like, oh, I'm not gonna change channel. Oh, this is actually kind of good. Okay, well let me try this out. So
I wonder how many black people. I'm sorry, that sounds so racist every time I say it, but it's just kind of weird, right? I wonder how many African American people that have watched anime that have only seen like Dragon Ball and stuff know what the fuck like Space Dandy. If I were to be like, hey,
I don't know what the hell that is.
Hey, be like, hey, okay, Space Dandy is this hilarious thing that they show.
It's crazy Cowboy Bebop. It's like the guy has like this pompadour type kind of hairdo and stuff, and it's really like kind of over the top and stuff. So
and the art style's pretty cool, and the colors are really fantastic.
Never seen it, but it looks funny as shit.
It's pretty funny.
It's funny.
And it used to come on Toonami late night.
What was the other one? Big O.
There was Big O.
There was
Big O. It was like anime Batman.
It really did.
That's
it
what
was drawn in the same style of that.
And then there was Desert Punk was shown.
Desert Punk was amazing.
I do love Desert Punk.
Big old biddies.
Don't forget the sunshade.
Hey.
Desert Punk was coming on at that point.
They showed Tokyo Ghoul around this time. That's when they started showing more of the new stuff, and then it started getting bigger, and it's like, oh damn, Toonami's got that comeback again.
And my personal favorite, Cowboy Bebop.
And they still show Cowboy Bebop.
They do. That is like, and they, you know what? And what was it? They haven't tried showing Black Lagoon yet. They should. They
showed Outlaw Star.
They did show Outlaw Star.
I remember Outlaw Star.
Yep, I remember that.
I watched all of Inuyasha on there.
Inuyasha, that. Oh my god,
yeah, that's what it was.
I'm
sorry.
I'm sorry.
I watched one episode. I was like, what is this shit?
I just enjoy seeing the Dog Man.
Fuck that.
It was that. Full Metal. Full Metal was coming on at that point in time.
Oh, FMA,
yeah.
Full Metal Alchemist.
That was so.
But like, it's like cool. So back to story because I kind of went off the rails again.
Take a shot.
No, go ahead. So we're sitting in the lobby, and these 2 black guys come, and this is, like I said, predominantly when it's not a whole lot of people, and like the black community, I feel like the guys there, they probably did like anime, but they were too cool to show it.
Oh, you told me this story.
And these guys were just like, man, look at these fucking people in these costumes and shit. And they were like kind of offensive. It wasn't that word for word, but it was something along that vein.
Normies.
Was I there?
Oh yeah,
I was there, right?
Yeah, you were there.
I must have been half asleep.
It was like 2 or 3 in the morning.
Just
Yeah, I
basic
was definitely
people.
half asleep.
And it was me, you, and Mo. And I'll never forget, Mo looked at him and was about to get up and punch these fucking dudes in the face. Because he was like, how dare you fucking judge anybody for whatever the fuck they like. And I was like, mm-mm.
And already Mo has just that whole thing where it's like a Dragon Ball punch. Like if he punched you, it's just like there, and then you'll just go flying
Those people are
into
like,
something.
You have to throw down, and I do not.
And I was like, we can't do this, Mo. Mo, we had a public function. And the
At a
moment,
place that we actually like.
the moment you punch somebody in the face, people will respect you for it. But people will also be like, damn, that guy's crazy because he punched those guys in the face. And they will get kicked out by association. It's like,
Yeah, let them swim in their ignorance.
Staff.
So it was like, we couldn't do it. But it's like, those people upset me. Because it's like, never judge a book by its cover is one of the first things you're kind of taught, like, growing up.
And then immediately forget.
And then you immediately forget, and then you become, like, shrouded in, like, your whole sea of stupidity. Like...
It's that self-ignorance.
Yeah.
Is really what it is.
Basically, I'm keep it simple. Shut the fuck up and just let people enjoy what they like.
Yeah.
Leave them the fuck alone. If they
They're
like
right.
anime, let them like anime.
Exactly.
Mind
Murder.
your damn business.
Hentai.
You know,
Child rape.
the whole
Wow.
the-
No, let's take a step back.
We're gonna
Too far?
we're gonna
Okay.
we're gonna hop
if
back
they
over-
like child rape,
No.
you should probably tell somebody.
No, we're gonna hop.
That's
back.
a no-no.
Yes.
If you see something, say something.
And if you see
That's no good.
There it is. There it is. He said it.
No good.
If somebody's trying to touch you inappropriately, contact an adult or just go up to him and say, that's no good.
But but going into that, you have somebody that's gonna
Or tell a teacher.
this, but seriously, you have somebody that's gonna come and
I'm excited to get away.
That's no good.
No sex before marriage. I'm sorry, Matt.
no, it's okay. But oh god, no. But going into the whole thing of somebody just coming up to you and then judging it, and then saying, "Oh, you into this bull or whatever." You're gonna judge a whole nation of people who this is on 24/7 somewhere. Like that this is what in America. It's like, okay, yeah, we putting out movies back to back. We're paying actors millions of dollars and everything, and these people are drawing stuff. And they putting full-length movies on, and the people are like, "Oh, this is great!" A whole nation of people,
Yeah, that shit is on primetime television.
right? And I mean, and this is the thing. This is what their movies can consist of. They do live action, but this is what this is a nation thing.
I want to see that fucking Japanese John Wick movie.
That looks crazy.
Right?
That
That
shit
looks
raw as
that dude.
fuck,
I
man.
saw
What's
you
the
post
name of
that.
that?
I don't know.
I saw him post it. I was like, oh, this shit is amazing.
I was like, whoa,
I
that
was
shit.
Like, he was just, I was like, oh.
I'm like, people were dying in like I mean,
I
that
was
was
like,
so
oh,
smooth.
boy.
It's like the Raid meets John Wick.
Yes.
Is
I was
what
like,
that
this
is. But like I said,
Why
how
are you
can
fighting over currency?
how can you judge a nation
Bye-bye,
of
Cavs.
people? That's that whole thing. That's like, so if somebody came over here and those same guys, which granted, not trying to be stereotypical or anything about that, but of course I'm sure that they're listening to rap music.
And from the look
Hippity hoppity.
from the look of their character, I can.
That was a real nice way of saying that.
From the look of their character, I can almost tell you they definitely listen to.
They just live in their bubble.
And that, but
And they
and that's
definitely listen-
and
they
that's what I
definitely
and
listen
if
to
they were sitting there listening to music and two of us walked past anime comic book nerds and said, "Look at these guys sitting here listening to this garbage that don't make no sense." Then they'd be offended by that. But then, unlike Ho and Composure, then they would want to jump the gun and what you say and everything. So it's a whole difference on when you put two people into a category on how you say, on how even reaction wise, you will act with stuff. So it's like, is it bad that I'm saying? But it's like,
that's why I was like, it's one of those like not touchy subjects, but it's like
people need to be accepting of other people's lifestyle and
and
mind your own damn business.
And it's so weird because that seems to be the general focus nowadays. Anyway, back in like the 90s, I'm bringing back the 90s just a little bit here. How do I put this delicately? As a kid who cursed a lot.
Oh,
I don't care.
Beat him.
I'm an adult now. What are you going to be like? Oh, you shouldn't have done that back then. You got
Come the
proof.
retro police.
The time police from Goosebumps.
You got that retro ass whooping coming.
I know it's going to be an 8-bit. One of my favorite things to call people was gay because it was taken as an insult. I'm like, man, you gay as hell.
and I think I know where you're going with this.
And now it's kind of like, if I were to be like, David, you gay as hell, and I'm just using you as an example. I know you're not gay, but just imagine I'm like, David, you're gay as hell. So what? And I'd be like, oh fuck, okay. He's like, you want to suck some dicks? And I'd be like, okay.
For a lot of people, gay was used to just describe something stupid.
It was, and now everybody takes
man, this is gay.
Because of gay people who go,
gay.
hey, that's probably not cool.
Right, because it's a thing on
gay people used to say, man, this is gay.
It's a thing on
just
where
the way it was. It wasn't like
I can tell you, growing up, for me, I never really said it.
I don't know why.
And then people told me, I was like, oh. How did you know?
I used to say it because it made me laugh because it made no sense. Like, man, this is gay. Like, how is
it's
it
because
gay?
you're not saying it out of a place of hatred for another person. You're not saying it to say you don't like gay people. You're saying it because you don't understand that it could actually offend somebody. It's just a part of what you say.
It's the thing is how do we use the term is outside of what some people believe.
Yeah.
And then when you say something like that, it's like, oh, that's gay. You're using it as a term, but not understanding it now.
Yeah. And as you grow up, then you meet other people and things like that. Then you understand,
I cannot use that.
Yeah, it's kind of like, for anybody that's listening now, if you've never seen Donald Glover Weirdo, it's probably one of the funniest stand-ups you can watch. And Matt, I don't know if you've seen it.
I've seen that.
Because
I love Donald Glover.
That shit's and because we've already broken the term for this rule already off and nobody's gonna edit it, Donald Glover makes a statement that's like, it's not racist when you say nigga. It's sometimes it's like white people can't say it, which is like some unwritten rule. Nobody should say it, right? We all understand that the term has years and years of hatred that everybody should abolish, but for some reason, black people found the need. We're gonna bring it back, and it's like
they can't seem to let go of it.
And they can't seem to let go.
I don't understand
because they're grasping for culture somewhere, so we use that.
But
that's not the right part of the culture to grasp.
Yeah,
but this
we can't hear no one else in another race say that shit to us.
Yeah, but it's weird.
Hypocrisy.
Makes no
But
sense
yeah.
to me.
But it's weird because he made the statement. He was like, sometimes you just use it, and you don't use it out of hate, but sometimes you just got to get your point across, even if it's on an inanimate object. And it just adds a little bit of flavor. And like, I'm trying to put a seatbelt on, and I'm like, nigga, if you don't, it's like it was a seatbelt, and I'm like,
but wait,
and it's the same kind of effect when just saying, no, that's gay.
But here's the thing. Then on that, when you go into that, saying that is saying the seatbelt was acting ignorant because it wasn't doing what you were supposed to be doing.
Now,
if
you put it into that deep of a...
But see, that's the thing. If people would understand and look at certain things, it's like, this is acting stupid. It's acting ignorant. What is the term for ignorance? Unfortunately, it has gotten a stamp on it, but that's the term of ignorance. The seatbelt is not doing what it's supposed to be doing. It's a
nigga now.
It's a nigga because it is ignorant.
I mean, PewDiePie, he was just like,
okay,
hey.
Okay, we're not.
Oh, so we're not.
No, fuck that. This is our podcast. So PewDiePie.
Oh, God.
I catch you in the streets, you a bitch. Nah. PewDiePie.
It turned into a Swiss roll.
PewDiePie is
I will turn you into that.
This is the problem with PewDiePie. He, first off, knows better. He knows better. But he got to that point where, not to be racist, but this is going to sound really racist, and I don't care if you think it is, because this is off the rails, and this whole episode has went from pretty stable to fucked. Like,
we started off talking about porn. There was nothing stable to begin with this whole thing.
Stable. Porn's pretty stable. If that's the stable point, then we hit episode 3 of the first season of Walking Dead, where the train was like off the track and shit, and there's zombies and.
Get to your point.
Fair enough. Carry on. Carry on.
I don't even know if it was the 3rd episode.
We're losing you again. You're still not the point. They're not telling.
The point is, white people. I told you it's gonna sound racist as fuck. White people have this very closeted thing where they're like, I almost guarantee there's probably not a whole lot of them do it, and I'm not gonna say everybody does it, because there are a lot of genuine people who really do hate that word because they have a genuine emotion for every human being, and I applaud you, because that's fantastic. But there are some of those people that are just like, is anybody watching? Oh! And their lips start to tingle, and they're like, "Ooh, spicy!" And they're like, they say it. And
That's
like,
when you're like Calvin Candy in Django. That's when you're like Calvin Candy. That's when it's being used in that term. It's like it's euphoric.
It's euphoric.
It's euphoric.
And they get this sense of like, "Ooh, I can do it," but I gotta make sure nobody's around because that's bad.
It's like the episode of Key and Peele.
Like, it's not like they.
I said, bitch.
It's not the fact that the word can actually cause you physical harm. So the moment they actually say it and nothing bad happens, they're like, "Oh, I got my way out. Just don't do it in front of the blacks."
No, you know what?
And that's where PewDiePie fucked up
because he's
in front of everybody,
and he did it on Bags. Yep.
And then, oh no, here's what's fucked up. He said, "Oh, I try not to use that when I'm on stream," which means he does it when he's off stream.
Okay, so and going into
then he did it. He almost did it again. I don't know if you saw that clip, but he was like, "Oh, son, why are you acting like such a?"
That's like if,
on stream again.
That's like if anybody's seen.
He was like, almost got caught.
That's like if anybody's seen the girl with the dragon tattoo with Daniel Craig. Okay.
Oh,
and
bitch.
And one of the parts, I'm not going to spoil it for anybody that goes back into it. Great movie, by the way. But one of the characters make reference to, the fear of offending somebody and everything. Is the fear is more it's more fear of offending than the fear of the pain of something that you would actually go through. You would, if you knew somebody was like, "Oh, come into my house, I'm gonna beat the shit out of you," and you're like, "No, I'm good. Well, come in and have a drink. I'm still gonna beat the shit out of you. Come in and have a drink," and then you're like, "Well, I'll come in and have the drink." It's the fear of like, "No, I'm good," of hurting somebody's emotions versus that of actually taking the pain of something.
Yeah, that's that parenthood like logic before the ass whooping commences.
Right. So it's
psychological.
Right. So like I said, I don't want to spoil it because it's a part in the movie where that actually is gone into where about that, but that's that thing of it's like I'll say something, not around the people.
Spooky movie number 3, Girl with the Dragon Tattoo.
Not a spooky movie, Chris.
Who cares?
Okay.
She's got a dragon. That's scary.
Oh, we're talking about Davey now.
I was gonna say something about that part.
Are you?
I don't want to spoil anything. Anybody's watching, and then again, I don't think you guys are gonna fucking watch it.
No.
I don't know.
Going back to the fear of offending anybody, I noticed that in that scene where he was getting carried through that hallway, he never dropped that fucking drink.
He never dropped that drink.
I understand. Like when you said that, now I understand. I'm like, holy shit!
Because he had that drink that whole time. He did not drop that drink until that gas hit.
Yeah.
That's when it was, because that whole time with what is about to happen, the situation that you're in, you're still there.
Yeah.
With this in hopes of. Mm-hmm. I hope I don't offend.
If I drop this, I might piss this guy off.
I might fuck up.
Here's my thing, because I'm always thinking about this kind of stuff, and
I mean the way the world is right now, it's hard not to.
Yeah. So for me, like, because we all have a certain specific privilege of being able to get away with saying a lot of things because we are black.
Which makes no sense, but okay.
You know,
I mean, that it's got to accommodate for the beatings.
we can say nigga. I mean, we can do it because it's not, you know. But even then, like growing up, it took me I didn't start saying nigga in any casual sense until I was way after high school. Like I was already grown in here because it never felt right to me to say it in the first place.
I was in my late teens by the time I actually probably started using that.
I always
try not to use it now.
I always took things in a very literal way. So I'm like, why would we say such a horrible thing to each other? It doesn't make any sense.
Right.
And then
That's some fucking sense. That's why.
And then to even. Because I'm fine with now, I'm okay with it, especially within context of a casual conversation. It's not, you know, it's what it is. But then I have a real hard time saying it with the hard ER on it. I still can't. I have a hard time doing it. I mean, and so then
I would do it on this podcast because I have no tact whatsoever.
Like I don't like it.
Steve has heard me do it. He's just like, oh! I use it for comedy. Right? I don't ever.
But here's my thing. Here's my thing, though. There is room for context. For things can be appropriate in certain things. Like for me, when it comes to comedy, everything is on the table.
Everything is on the table.
When you step into a comedic form, let's say you go see a stand-up comic and you know what their kind of material is going to be. You enter into a social.
I was gonna say, what about Seinfeld?
You don't even have to.
Or even then,
not even knowing what the comic is.
I believe when you go to see a comedic act, you enter into a unwritten social contract. In that room is the cone of safety. Everything out in the world is so sensitive. We can say whatever the fuck we want in here and laugh at it as long as it's actually funny. And it's funny because it's all in the realm of comedy. Everything that's serious is out there. This we can laugh at. And
they pull from their lives. They pull from tragic events that have happened in their lives
and make it into a joke,
and turn it into a joke. Yep. So if somebody can take a piece of themselves and air their dirty laundry out there to get laughter from out of somebody, you have stepped into a realm where you cannot be offensive by anything.
No,
you're open-minded.
I say leave that shit at the door.
Your open-mindedness should be like this.
You're in a different social environment for it, and that's fine. What made it so bad with PewDiePie is that he was not in a different social environment. He was on Twitch where kids and adults all the same watch him, nor was he doing it in any comedic sense. He was just saying it out of hatred and irritation to the person that he was pissing him off. I'm like,
and that's the thing, irritation, because you have let your filter go at that point.
Exactly.
So
going to see watching Django and seeing Leonardo DiCaprio say nigga all the time. It's within the context of a film, and it's what it is.
Yeah. Okay. So
I thought the movie was great.
I'm gonna bring up.
I love that movie.
I'm gonna bring up a scenario that is I forgot about it until this whole conversation kind of got brought back in my head. Mm-hmm. One of my favorite streamers and YouTubers, Maximilian, actually said nigger.
What?
And he said it on stream accidentally because it was a slip of the tongue, and it was just that he was doing rhymes, and it kind of just came back.
Oh, did it come out of a rap song?
No, he was just like he's like, oh, I got him with the bigger nigger bopper, and it didn't mean to be nigger, it meant to be like bigger or jigger.
Oh,
and then he was like, oh God, I just said that, and then he cried because he was like, I hate that word. That man is a genuine person. He was like, this is not what I wanted whatsoever.
When did that happen?
Oh, this happened like maybe a year. You can find it on YouTube.
I don't even remember this. Maybe
he was playing the For Honor beta, and he was just being silly because Max is weird and crazy, and he's entertaining.
Well, I guess that just goes to show you then.
And everybody knows of the word because it's historic. It's not like some banned word like Verschnucket, which is like banned in Germany.
With Nantucket.
Well, it goes to the it's to the point of first of all context, and then on top of that, because I didn't hear about it because it clearly hadn't been that huge since PewDiePie is all everywhere. So then people knew
PewDiePie made it big
because people then knew like, oh, he said it, but it's not like he said it in this way.
When Maximilian said it, he was sincere immediately, didn't mean to say it. PewDiePie meant to say it.
It's one of those things where like, if I heard a white person quote a rap song they love, and that word's in there, and they say it, I'm like, it's whatever. You're quoting what's in the song, and it just happens. And a lot of this damn rap music doesn't even work without it sometimes. So
how do I rhyme?
That's what it comes with.
What rhymes with bigger?
Oh yeah.
Oh, there it is. You did it again.
Like I said, it just depends on what it
I don't
is.
say it 10 times in the song.
It is a thing. It is a thing.
And then add bitch.
There is a thing of.
There you go.
There's a thing of.
There's
There's a thing of context.
Bitch.
There's
Yo,
a thing of,
Chicago
being, of
Day.
time and place and everything.
Yeah.
But then it's also the thing of, you know, just the question becomes, where are people's minds? Because you don't see anyone else using a derogatory form that was used in, you know, of their heritage, brought back for a thing of, let's come together.
Yes, no,
and
it's
everything.
the most bizarre thing. Why is it that black people is? I mean, I think other, like I think Hispanics may do it too.
Yeah, they're like, "What's up, my cracker? What's up, my honky?"
No, with their own derogatory terms, but used in a
thing of sense.
in a greeting instead
You
of
know, there is no Native American person that would go up to somebody and say, "My Redman, how are you?"
No.
You know?
and I might be wrong about because I don't really hear. I don't know.
Every Latino's like, "Eh, hombre, may speak." It's like,
No, that doesn't
No,
work either.
it
it doesn't work.
So no, I think it's just black people.
And it's just, and it's like, what? And it's like, why?
Why is it just
And
white
no Asian
people?
Americans just
Why?
going like, "Oh,
And
hello,
you-
ching chong bing bong," and it's like,
Ching chong bing bong.
Which that is.
is that even like a no?
No, it's not.
No, the racist term is like what, chink or something. I still don't understand.
Yeah, it's like chink
There's
and
see,
and
what's
like
weird is I understand the racial terms. I don't really understand like the other races besides the red man because everybody should kind of get that. They're like, "Oh, they have red skin,
Right.
Because we're fucking stupid."
But it's like, but that's the thing of where that it's like, why out of that is that a sense of, and that becomes a problem because see, that's the thing of spoken word becomes reality of it, and then you throw that out there of spoken word, you label that to people, and then it manifests itself is what it is. And why are you giving me this?
Huh?
But
I'll give you I'm interested in what you're saying. What's the problem?
it does, right? But
You went to college.
I was thinking.
I
went to college.
But it does. It manifests itself into that, and then it secretes into heritage. And then people are like, "Oh, I want to know of your heritage," but it's like then you're now at this point in time creating a heritage that is built upon negativity. At that point,
Yeah, I mean, I guess I kind of understand. I guess they're trying to. I guess the motivation of black people trying to inherit that word and they want to take control over it. Basically,
you can't take control of it because, like I said, it even just of what it means. No matter what it means, even if the word never hit us at a point, what does this word mean at that point?
You want to know how to take control of it? Black people need to just stop using it. Abandon it. Don't even acknowledge it. Because then white people be like, "Well, it's not doing anything. Who cares?"
Right.
If it went away completely,
no one would say it.
No one would say it.
No one
It'd be
would. No
gone.
one would. And that's
it'd be out of the vocabulary in like 100 years. If people started to like literally limit themselves on using it, it can go away.
And I believe, we live in America and you can say whatever you want to say, but if you do want things to change, then you're gonna have to eliminate
you can't just keep throwing the word in
whatever.
front of people like it doesn't mean anything because they're like, "Oh no, we still remember what it means because you keep reminding us."
because I would like to take one popular,
and then you have,
urban song right now count it right at this point in time. Like no, not right now, but I'm saying as of this time period. Mm-hmm. What's popular amongst it, and see how many times that word has been used throughout that entire song from the beginning to the end of that song.
Can I use Logic?
Okay.
Logic is white, and he has
Mixed.
Is he mixed?
Yes.
He is mixed. That's right, and he doesn't use the word at all. If I'm correct.
Okay, so we'll see there. We'll see there.
He does. I think he does.
Really? I don't know. His albums are good, and he's a nerd.
But that's the thing.
He's had that Black Science dude on his album.
And see, and that is going into a thing of
talking about.
it's like okay,
mustache,
no,
science.
No.
Uh,
Neil deGrasse
Neil deGrasse
Tyson.
Tyson.
Yeah, gotcha.
He was on his album.
Yes.
Yeah, but it's
yes,
like-
Steve tried to cut him on. I don't know what that is. I don't. Oh, well, I do.
it's like and
Ow!
Hit him with a rubber band.
And the thing about taking control and everything, if you don't want something around anymore, what do you do with it in your house?
Get rid of it.
You throw it the fuck out. I don't be like, you know what? I'm gonna take control of these old ass sneakers that are in my house. I'm gonna sit there. I'm gonna put them out for everybody to see. This is gonna. No, you get rid of them. You make space. And if you throw shit out, you open up for new shit to come in. You can't You can't keep old shit in and expect something's different gonna happen. Make room for it.
Yeah.
The shit's not Jello.
It's
not always room.
It doesn't have to be a part of our culture. It's ridiculous. And this whole other thing with like cultural appropriation and all this other nonsense and stuff like that, or that we're not. Some people believe you're not truly black unless you're like rocking a dashiki and shit like that. It's like I don't even know if people came from.
No, and that's the thing about that too. I get the whole African heritage thing and everything. I truly get that. But that's the thing about it, that without knowing that, you could be rocking colors that to a tribe that is completely against you.
Yeah.
Because there is a thing, you want to talk about war on colors and symbols.
People don't realize Africa's a big place.
That is an ultimate thing. And you can go to a small village where they rocking blue, white, and yellow, and then you can be like, man, I'm about to rock this, and they'll be like, well, I can see from your facial features that you belong with that tribe.
Yeah.
Why are you wearing this?
It's one of those things. And I tell people personally, for me, it's like, go back to, I'm from Chicago. I'm not from Africa.
I was born and raised in Cleveland.
This is where I'm from.
So
this is my country.
I'm going with what I know. I mean, unless they went through the whole thing, sure, Assassin's Creed me, let me travel through my bloodline, figure that out at that point. But until that point in time, I don't know. I can't trace the roots of that origin. So I just have to make my life and my children's life something positive at that point. And if you do that, well, there you go.
I mean, I'm happy where I'm from.
Well, I mean, it kind of goes to those type of people that want to understand where they came from and their culture. So they read about it, they study that shit, and that's what they want to be.
But like I said, it's too big for you to try to understand like that. You can't simplify it. You know, if we can honestly say like, okay, Cleveland Heights, you were born in Cleveland Heights. Mm-hmm. You were only born in Cleveland Heights. Mm-hmm. You could read about just Cleveland Heights and say, okay, this is where it is. But you can't even trace the origin of an entire country to say, hey, I'm right there. Are you sure about that? Is that what a computer told you because you put your shit on Ancestry.com and it generated that information? Is that necessarily 100% true? You don't know. You don't. Mm-hmm. So at that point in time, to understand, push forward. That's what you need to do. Push forward.
Blaze a trail.
Right. Create a new path. Create a new origin for yourself and say, I'm going to start from right here and make something better.
Yeah, and it's fine to respect your ancestry if you want to, and your good stuff.
There's nothing wrong with that.
I mean, culture is cool. It's the spice of life. It's diversity. It's different, but not everybody has to do what everybody else wants. Nor does somebody. It drives me. I never even knew this was a thing that people were getting offended that other people were trying to understand where they came from. People were getting mad that white people were wearing dreads. Like, I'm like, I don't understand.
I don't understand it. It's just a hairstyle.
And that's the thing. Does it have meaning in cultures? Yes, it does. But at that point in time, that's like saying that you with short hair and Chris wearing Chris wears top knots. Does that necessarily mean he's a samurai?
And it looks stupendous.
It does. He has a great top knot. But it's like, okay, it looks good on him. Let him wear that.
There's a difference between somebody wanting to better understand your culture and where you come from versus somebody who's trying to make a racist caricature of it.
Right. So you mean to tell me if I wear a Utica and no pants that somebody might be offended that I only want to eat sashimi?
I think we would all be offended because you're not wearing pants.
Okay, so that means that from this point on, what I'm going to do is I'm going to wear a kilt with no drawers and eat haggis.
Stop!
Haggis is weird.
That's what I'm going to...
Matt with no drawers on.
Okay.
Undercarriage.
Only person with no drawers on this table is gonna be Davey because he can just kickstand himself apparently. So
that is gross.
it is. It's also not.
I actually
true.
have to wrap it around my leg 3 times.
I just kind of tuck.
That is gross.
So, let's kind of tuck it into my butt.
Stop it.
You know what? It's just weird. I feel like people they throw the baby out with the bathwater. It's like you don't.
I like that.
You don't have to.
One extreme to the next.
You don't have to just drop your entire background for another. You can just mix it all. You can have both.
That is what
culture
is about.
It's more than just you can do.
And
Yeah, you can.
I was gonna say you could have your cake and eat it too, but that's even just.
That saying is stupid. Yeah.
Can somebody leave in the comments what the fuck does that mean?
Look, it's the thing about it is this. Look,
of course
you
I'm
get
gonna eat it. It's my fucking cake.
Yeah, it's my fucking cake. So I don't get that phrase. I never understood that phrase either.
Like you said.
No shit, bitch. It's
Like
my
you said.
fucking cake.
You fucking want to let it sit there and mold up?
Fuck out my house. What are you doing here?
That's the thing about it. I like ramen and watermelon. So
Together?
What? I'm just saying, I just like ramen.
Oh, I'm like, ugh, that's a gross ass comment.
Truth of the matter, if you actually did like a cold ramen, like if you did the noodles cold and then actually did like a cold, you could actually make like a sweet ramen with the.
Ew.
Okay,
I'm a person who doesn't like store-bought ramen anyway.
I don't eat store-bought ramen.
I mean,
the kids do, but I don't.
Like, okay, my top ramen.
Store-bought. Oh.
My top ramen phase is all gone.
Top ramen.
Yeah, I don't think I can eat any more of that just because I hate so.
Wait, what were you eating?
And
Steve went nuts with yakisoba.
And we called it back in the day oodles and noodles.
What
Noodles.
is that what you're yakisoba?
Not even though it was straight up oodles and noodles,
No, I'm
50-cent
talking about
package.
that was your meal for like.
Oh, at GameStop, I would eat the shit out of that. No money.
I remember, what you eating this yakisoba?
But it's culture can be shared.
I do want to eat
and learn from. We wouldn't be where we are. We wouldn't have the things we have if people didn't share cultures and trade knowledge. That's the whole point of living is to learn from each other.
Okay.
If my people didn't share culture, then I might still have some land.
The thing is,
There's some negatives, but overall, ideas get shared.
the thing is, ideas get. Okay, so I'm gonna go out on record, and I'm not taking a knee to this or anything like that.
Taking the knee.
Bend the knee.
I'm not bending the knee.
Bend the knee, John.
But
I shot a rubber band this guy.
But I do love America. I think America's the best country and the worst country because right now we're going through so many hardships.
I sleep on a bed of bald eagles.
First off, you need to be in jail.
I know, right?
That is illegal. That is so illegal.
Oh wait, bald eagles? What was that? FBI.
They're alive.
He's just trying to sleep.
America.
Endangered species now extinct because of a bed.
I love this bed, dude. It's so soft. It's made in America.
It's that 8-foot wingspan that covers Steve's whole body.
It's so warm.
Oh my god.
But America to me is the greatest country because we have the freedom to do so much. We have the freedom to, detest what we don't like and things like that. Sure there are consequences, but I mean think about it. Other places, you only get one option.
Die.
You have places that can't. Look at what we do. We throw freaking food out. You have places that can't even do that and everything because of what they go through and everything. So
Yeah,
I mean,
people do not appreciate what they have here.
I remember what Steve said. We had this very conversation. We take our freedom for granted. We really do.
You know what?
We can say fuck
goes
Donald
on.
Trump. We can say that.
Yeah.
That's freedom of speech. You say that shit in North Korea about Kim Jong-un. Dude.
He's a god there, and so you
they will kill you in front of everybody.
Yes,
they will
public
kill
execution.
execution.
My thought is, I wonder how many are actually brainwashed into believing this, and how many are just scared,
My thing
or a
is,
combination of both.
My thing is he really that bad?
Kim Jong-un. Do you think we're getting propaganda like they're getting propaganda about us?
I think a little bit of column A and column B.
I don't know. There have been actual North Koreans that escaped their story.
Oh no, I think it's still bad over there.
It's bad, but how bad is it? Because once again, that's the thing of we're not there.
That's true, but the people who were there said their whole families were murdered because they.
What did they do?
Try to leave.
Two sides to every story. No,
I don't know, man. I don't know.
No, I mean, like, not in the sense that his leading roles. Like, him is just a person. And, I mean, he didn't hurt Dennis Rodman. Dennis Rodman's like, he's not a bad guy.
This isn't the same person. This is his son.
And
I thought it was.
Was it Dennis Rodman went over there, or is that?
I think it was Dennis Rodman, and he went over there and hung out with Kim Jong Un.
Well, because they will let. I mean, they'll let Americans come over.
That's the thing. It's what?
Yeah, they don't like us that much though.
Which is weird.
It's a difference.
They don't like tourists.
Well, it's a thing of guests versus what happens in the house.
Mm-hmm.
Too. So that's
it's so weird because it's like, has anybody seen this picture of Kim Jong Un? And he's hitting one of those like typical black poses at a club. He's like kneeling down, and he's got both his shoulders to his knees. No, both his elbows to his knees. And he's like, yeah. And it's like the funniest picture I've ever seen in my life.
But you know what? Going
wow.
into that, I've seen pictures of.
And meanwhile, Trump can't hold babies.
This is gonna be bad, but I mean, shit. I've seen pictures of Hitler joking with people and and shaking hands and laughing and stuff and everything too.
Well, here's the thing,
so that's the thing of versus these are still people. Can they do terrible things? Yes, they can still do terrible things. But that's also the thing. But they're still. They're still a person. They still want to have joy. They still laugh about stuff and everything like that.
They just laugh about genocide.
so it's like what? So that's the thing, versus what they're doing and how they're issuing their orders and things like that. That is also their job as well too. At the end of the day,
Sure.
Yeah, they're just not doing a good job of it.
right?
They can run a country without. Running it through the ground, which is what North Korea has done. Man, those people have no food, no money. Only the elite get to have the best stuff, and it's like
what meat?
So it's so crazy looking at like North Korea versus South Korea. It's so different,
so fucking different.
There was a guy who did a documentary because he went to North Korea one year. Then right the next year he went to South Korea, and he was just like, and he did a video comparing the two, and he was like, it's so different from over there to over there. It's crazy.
South Korea looks pretty fucking amazing.
Mm-hmm. Well, they're both puppet nations. So one is North Korea was originally and still to some extent controlled by China and Russia. South Korea is America,
and some of those places are still like living in the date of the Cold War. So
yeah,
the truth of it. I mean that for some of those places. That shit has not ended.
But even for China and Russia, what they do in North Korea is a step too far. China apparently is saying they don't want any more North Korean stuff in their country.
Aren't we a YouTube channel about games and shit?
We're into about anything we wanted to be.
This is off the rails and everything.
They're about this game called Mercenaries, where you go to Korea and yes,
and truth of the matter,
the demilitarized zone.
Holy shit, I forgot about that.
Mercenaries is fucking sweet.
I just remember that game being really brown.
You never played Mercenaries 1?
No, I just remember just being able to blow everything the fuck up.
That's what I'm saying.
I just remember blowing stuff up and brown.
Right, because it was desert and fire. That's what I remember. I just remember blowing shit up.
Mercenaries 2, pretty colorful. If you like green and white.
And it wasn't that
I remember it being really green.
Kind of bright.
And I mean, and then if you really wanted to go there, then you had Just Cause 2, where you had all the colors and just being able to destroy everything.
Just Cause 2 and 3. Like 3.
I have not played 3.
Okay, so 3. I don't know where. I feel like it's in. Those are like Spanish countries, right?
Those are like Brazil, Spain,
Spanish, the throwback,
Spanish,
Cuba. They're in there.
Yeah, so it's like they're really like Latin based games, and you're trying to take down Latin dictators and shit like that. But Just Cause 2 was like, oh, this is pretty over the top and stuff's blowing up. But Just Cause 3 is that, but more boom. And you can fly. And that shit is like half the fun.
With the wingsuit.
As soon as you get the wingsuit, I was like, man, this is stupid. Excuse me. This is stupid. How am I supposed to fly? You just keep tethering the ground, and the ground just propels you, and he just lets go, and you keep flying. And I was like, I could do this for days. I've flown around that whole goddamn island so quick. And then I got shot because I went to a wrong area, and I did not have enough guns.
That's usually what happens.
But then I blew something up, and things went boom! I'm like, look at the fire.
Boom! Look at the fire.
But no, I was like, you know, it's... this was one of the weirdest off the rails, because...
This got
context.
This got real.
First off,
we went from porn to tattoos to
Trogdor
and SDS.
No, we didn't even talk about it.
Did we not get there?
We mentioned that we got it, and then it linked off of like people hating other people, and then we went to
no, because we were talking about nostalgia. We were bringing up the nostalgia of gaming, and we start talking.
We were supposed to be like, when did we realize? When did we get deep into the gaming culture?
And welcome to Off the Rails.
And we realized
started over again.
Oh my god, we went so far into the rabbit hole.
we all touched on a deeper meaning with all of our souls.
Oh, we got into the weeds.
Let's just start the show. Welcome to Off the Rails.
Oh no!
What? That was just a prologue.
I know. It's just, everything just goes full circle. It's like, wait a minute.
It's good though. Sometimes it's good to have an open dialogue about, you know, issues and whatever.
I only want to talk about titties and butts.
I hate everything.
We talked about that earlier.
Then I need to be going.
Well, I'd say whether you're a white supremacist or you're bending your knee, you like titties and butts.
Bend the knee, Jon Snow.
Unless you're gay, but then you still might like butts. Or you both. Because
I'm greedy too. I'm greedy, so I like it all.
Hey, don't take my gimmick.
Greed is good.
I put the bi in bisexual.
I mean, I was saying all in titties.
Bi and bipolar.
I was saying all in is in titties.
I put the bi in bi.
I put the bi in bipenal. Help me, I have a two penis. I'm
okay,
just kidding.
So let's go back to gaming just a little bit. Because,
oh boy.
Because it'll somber us down just a little bit. Maybe just kind of.
I feel so melancholy now.
Like, why are we here? We're all in the same big flaming dirt ball together. Why can't we just,
fuck each other?
Yes.
Like Spartacus. Just
yes.
Everybody fucks everybody. That's what we need to go back to.
Just grab your partner,
we need to all drink wine out of clay pots and just fuck each other.
The rabbits don't care. They're like, let's do this.
I love it, David. No. But how else am I going to get to your grandma?
Oh, gosh, that's such a soft
I would
ass.
hit you with this goddamn microphone.
So let me go way back to like near the mid section of this podcast.
Yes, let's take us, Chris. Let's get us there.
So because Davey, wow, you're not Davey. Wait.
Yes, I am.
You're not Davey. Because Steve made a comment that we actually did kind of touch base on, like, where do we start? This is the question that I asked before, and we never actually properly filled it out and answered it anyway. So we'll say this and then we'll end the show. So the SNES Classic came out and everybody's happy, and now I've already started talking about it. I'm looking forward to the future because my first actual home console that was my own was the Nintendo 64. Mm-hmm. And it almost seems inevitable that they're going to make a 64 Classic. Me and Steve were discussing it earlier. Anything past that would be kind of asinine. There's no need for a GameCube Classic.
Those systems aren't classic.
We need a Wii Classic.
Because you can still purchase those. You those are still
purchase those
available.
easily. The cartridges, they kind of like wear out over time.
Right.
And it's a lot more manageable. Obviously, the eye lens in a lot of those systems can die too. I.e., like Saturn and Dreamcast. Those systems have terrible lenses and shit. But for a 64 Classic, give me 5 64 games that you want on that bitch.
Oh, sure. So we're making
even just like.
So we're making an N64 Classic, guys.
We're gonna make a 64 Classic, right? And we're not even. And this is 5 games. Not even just like, they gotta be Nintendo. 5 games that you want on that system.
You said it don't have to be Nintendo?
It doesn't even have to be just straight Nintendo. Just 5 games that were on 64.
It's a challenge for me.
Like Madden 95, just on 64.
It's only a challenge for me because I wasn't as much of an N64 kid because it got pawned so soon after I got it.
True, but you know, there's games that you wanted to play on it.
Sure. So okay, we'll do this. Who wants to go first?
I mean, I guess I can go. For me, the first thing that always comes to mind is obviously Mario 64. You know, obviously like Mario Kart 64 and Smash. I feel like if they do that next year, those are like the 3 given. And then like the Mario Party series, like it has to have like all 3. Just fuck it. Just put all 3 of them in there, because if you only put one, people are gonna get shafted and pissed. And then there's that mystery 5th game where I'm like, I don't know what I want, and I think we were talking about it. It's Banjo-Kazooie. Like, I don't know how they would work that, because Microsoft is sucking Rare's dick or Rare sucking.
This is what you want.
Yeah, this is obviously what I want, but this is like the same thing with Conquer. You know, I would have loved to see Conquer on that fucking.
Yeah.
But I don't know how it would work.
Yeah, because the money. I mean, Microsoft and Nintendo could work something out.
That's
because
what
I mean,
I'm saying.
they can crossplay on those 2 systems with each other.
I
With
can see
Rocket
it.
League, so I think that could work something out.
I can see it. I can see it at least being like, yeah, we're putting Conquer, and it's the triple X rated version.
I mean, what they brought Banjo-Kazooie and Perfect Dark onto those systems. You know, it's on Xbox One and it's on Xbox. You know, and those were originally 64 games.
That's right.
So it's like
They could work something.
y'all could shake hands on something and say
I mean, that's how we got Killer Instinct. Because Killer Instinct on those games.
that was one of those too.
Telling Chris, I thought Killer Instinct would never fucking come out because of the weird co-ownership between Microsoft and Nintendo. But it happened on Xbox One, so I'm like, hey, all right.
Sure. Yeah, so that could actually happen.
Well, I would like to go next.
Go ahead.
GoldenEye 64.
That's one.
GoldenEye 64.
That's one of the.
I think you mean just GoldenEye. The extra 64 is.
I thought whatever. GoldenEye.
There you go.
Perfect Dark.
There you go.
Conker's Bad Fur Day. You all already know how I feel about that game.
Mm-hmm.
Banjo-Kazooie. And Jet Force Gemini.
Oh God, I am one of the very few people that talk about Jet Force Gemini and have a super disdain for that game. I really hate that game.
Really?
I do not like Jet Force Gemini. I think it's bad. I always thought it was like a neat idea, but the execution is complete shit. So I was like, eh. But Matt, Steve, which one of you want to talk about balls?
I mean, because mine is quick. Because I mean, I really don't have like a big thing for that. Because 64 was not really my thing. As we know that I was always a Sega boy. You know, I always talk about
Sega boy.
being a Sega boy. But I mean, I remember
Nomad.
But the first game I remember playing on 64 was Superman.
Oh, I'm sorry.
That was the first game I remember playing, and it was bad. But then
Did you get past the rings?
I got past the rings.
Oh, you got past the rings.
I got past. Well, Davey just watched me beat Comic Zone in a half an hour, so.
But I know what's past the rings.
So
A lot of people don't know what's past the rings.
I don't know what's past.
But
Worse gameplay.
it's terrible.
He's
gameplay.
walking through walls. It gets
is.
worse.
And that was the first game that I remember playing on 64. Granted, Mario 64 was just. You could walk into a store that had a 64 and Mario 64.
Oh, that was how I played it.
That was just right. That's how I played it. I played
that.
that at Sears in the boys department at the counter.
See, me and Matt have a very similar idea of Sears. Go to that boys department, and it was like that weird square gate, and it would have like an old system right there. That's how I played Tekken 2.
And it was right there at the counter.
And Randall.
And what it was a Sega on one side, and it was a 64 on the other. So yes, that's what I remember of going into Sears, and my grandfather buying lawnmowers.
All right,
But
sell some lawnmowers, Steve?
But that's
No, thank you.
But like I said, I would. But I would.
Past.
The only reason why I would like to see that again is because, like I said, that was the first time I played that was my first time going into 3D of a game, and so I wouldn't mind playing that again. Like I said, Conquer, Banjo-Kazooie, Mario, you don't need to say Star Fox because it's on the DS and it plays better on the DS.
Fuck, you gotta put it on there too, though. I mean,
anyway, but granted, if they did that, then it's like then put Zelda Ocarina on there too.
Dude, if they make that system, you gotta have both. You gotta have Majora's Mask, Ocarina.
So, but
you gotta have all these staples.
All the heavy hitters that was on the N64.
Because they blew this fucking SNES out the water. So now it's like, you better give us the gold standard for this. And I want 4 controllers with that bitch.
whoo,
If you're doing Mario Party, then yeah.
That's what I was like, you gave me 2 for SNES? Or at least just
they'll
me
give
2.
you 2. And then you'll have to buy the other ones.
Okay. So I have a 5 of 5.
All right.
Because you guys
I'm
have
going to
already
guess
mentioned...
1. I'm going to guess 1. No Mercy?
Yes.
Of course.
WWF
yeah.
No Mercy has to be on there.
I wasn't going to say it because I was like, Steve's going to say it.
You cannot have the N64 without one of the best wrestling games of all time.
Yes.
On
I don't know how they would pull the strings for that shit, but because Chris Benoit's on there.
Ooh, that's right. I don't know how you would do that.
It would be a black figure. It's just...
That's the thing. It's a dream collection because, I don't think it'll happen ever.
But if it can hack, I mean...
Yeah. So, No Mercy. Now, either Pokemon Stadium or Pokemon Snap.
Ooh.
Let's go Pokemon Stadium, please.
Pokemon Stadium, because what happened, this is even Chris.
Fuck Snap. Okay.
Rogue Squadron.
Yeah.
Rogue Squadron. Okay.
That's a hot banger.
I love that. I played that shit every day.
Phenomenal. And, oh boy. Wave Race.
I was thinking Wave Race too.
Fucking Wave Race.
I remember Wave Race.
So good, dude. That was the first time I noticed
graphics,
water.
Those graphics was crazy.
That was the first time I noticed my water cherry. Because, of course, you're all going to say Mario or.
Well, yeah, because those are the staples.
And
So I'm like, I
staples,
wanted to pick some stuff that wasn't said.
And so you have to remember, I'm going based on...
definitely pictures that ain't said, so...
And I'm going based on, me even playing at other people's houses or playing at Sears and stuff. I didn't have one. I'm probably one of the craziest people in the world. I didn't want one.
The N64? I wanted it so bad it hurt. Just because...
PlayStation wasn't even in my mind.
And I already had the PlayStation. So we were already in that. So I'm like, well, okay, it's time for the next thing.
And then
Because we were still a Nintendo family for the most part before the bad things happened.
I wanted a Saturn. I wanted a Saturn originally until a friend of mine got a PlayStation, and the first game he had was Armored Core.
Oh wow,
man!
And I was like, "Fuck this! I want a PlayStation." I was like, "This is Gundam."
Yeah, we wanted the PlayStation.
I was like, "This is the first Gundam game."
Because I don't think the Saturn was the Saturn out at the same time as the PlayStation.
Yep.
So we went first of all, of course, cost was the first thing with the Saturn and PlayStation debacle, but then the other side of the coin too was that with the PlayStation must have been just the marketing because we thought the games it was cheaper, the games looked great, and it could play music CDs.
And it could play music.
And we were like, this is like a...
It would come up with the little bubbles of
the system felt more adult than anything. So I was like, cool. And and then with N64, I wanted it because I just read it in GamePro. I was already at this point. I was already invested, reading game magazines, looking at reviews, seeing this thing before it came out, looking at the pictures of Mario, going, I need to play this.
Who remembers that some of the PlayStation CDs actually you could play the music on?
Yes,
Symphony of the Night. I know
you could do it on Symphony of the Night. It was a game called Forsaken that you could do, and if you turned it on first. Sucked. But it had great music.
I hate Forsaken. I played it on 64.
I still have Forsaken for the soundtrack because
you have Daikatana.
No, I don't have Daikatana.
You're a smart man.
I don't have Daikatana.
That game sucks dick.
How the hell do you even remember some shit like that?
How do I remember Daikatana? I'm about to give you my Daikatana story before we finish this fucking podcast. When I was young, me and my cousin Brett went to motherfucking Blockbuster Video where I'm gonna give you a hint
dreams
where
happen.
where we went and we was like, oh cool, we're gonna get a game, and he got Forsaken on 64, and that was the first time I played it. And I was like, am I like on a jet bike shooting? I was like, I don't know.
Because you couldn't see nothing. It was literally a dot. It was
weird.
A dot. You didn't even have the guns there. It was just a dot on the screen.
What is this game?
And it didn't move. And it moved so slow. For you to be on a jet bike, it moved so slow.
Wasn't happy with it. I think we returned it and we was like, let's get Daikatana. This looks cool. I see swords and guns.
Nope.
Oh, that was a hot piece of fucking shit. That game, we were like, all right, the first 5 minutes, we were like, all right, okay, we just walked down a tunnel. What do? We were on a part that was in the beginning of the game for 3 hours.
Oh my!
Because that game is not made well. Because John Romero fucked everything. Oh, I made Doom. It's gonna be fine. No, you fucked up everything. I was supposed to be the savior of video games, and that game sucked dick. John Romero, if you watching this or listening to it, suck my dick. All right. Daikatana sucks.
Jesus Christ.
That game pisses me off.
Let's see what else. Future.
And Superman pisses me off because it was the same effect.
It was the same. It was terrible, but I mean,
shit ass rings.
I don't think anybody wants to play maybe South Park Chef's Love Shack because I
fucking love that game.
I like it a lot.
I love that game a lot.
That
game was hilarious.
Turok.
I actually don't like Turok.
I don't care for it either.
Turok 1 I actually kind of like. But
I like the first
I can see why you wouldn't like 2. I can see why
they
you wouldn't
control
like
ass. That's the problem.
They do control like ass.
You could just get
Ark
Ark and play Ark if you want to play Turok.
And then
I know what Ark is.
Once we lost our N64, I didn't really get a lot of motivation to get it back because then PS1 games started to look better and better. And they all had a level of just kind of clarity that even though 64 had the better graphics, it's cartridge based, so you don't get that on there.
Right.
And then certain games brought my attention. Final Fantasy, I was like, okay. Metal Gear, I'm like, okay, I need to stay where I'm at.
I mean, could you imagine?
Because I couldn't afford a second system anyway.
Could you imagine if Sony was like, you know what? They're doing something right. We're going to make a PlayStation Classic. And they just released a PS1 Classic.
Okay.
Bro.
Well, I don't know. I don't know if you want to. How long have we gone for?
You couldn't. You
like
could.
here?
You
on the show?
Yeah, because I don't know if you want to go into building out what a PS1 Classic would look like.
No, see, because I think it's like an hour and 40 minutes.
Think of you know what?
Roughly.
Think about it. Remember the PS1?
Yeah, it would be that. It would look just like that.
It would be that, but it would be a little bit thicker because they would have the stuff built into it.
Or even better, it'll look just like the original PlayStation, but tiny, just like Nintendo's done.
It would be like
That would be so cool.
And then you'll have 30.
Except PlayStation would be smart, and they would make the controllers USB.
Yes, yes, they would.
Yeah.
And then you'd have 30 of the best PS1 games of all time on there. And
Well, better yet, they probably wouldn't even put controllers with it. Well, they probably put like the DualShock 1, not the DualShock 1, just the PlayStation controller.
They put the standard without the DualShock.
Without the DualShock, they'd be like, here's your USB controllers. But they'd be like, if you want to, you can plug in a PS4 controller.
Yeah, you could, because some of these controllers have changed so little over the last 20 years.
Like,
Because they don't need to change anything.
Man, you know what, Sony?
This is
You
what
fucked
they
up
would do.
on Vita. If you did this, you could make so much extra bank for little cost.
You know what? Next time we do this, we
might have to pan out a
We'll-
PlayStation Classic.
we'll make some our what our classic systems will have on there. Let's
bury the rabbit hole. Let's say fuck it. You know, PlayStation. Let's put a Dreamcast Classic
Let's
together.
do a Dreamcast Classic together.
Let's do an actual Sega Classic that's not
got
out of states.
We got homework now.
Yes, and I don't want. We're gonna
can
get
do
these
that.
lists together. We're gonna bring them back on the next show, and I don't want any repeats. We're gonna make a real. We're gonna do this. It's gonna be a good time.
I can do that.
That's the next show.
That sounds like
That's
fun.
the next show.
That
So
sounds
you,
like fun.
you guys want something to look forward to? Look forward to my ass right on the screen the entire show because 90 minutes of my bare butt.
we have 1 week.
I can do that. So we're doing a what? So we're doing a PlayStation 1 and a Dreamcast.
PlayStation 1 Classic, a Dreamcast Classic,
Let's do a Genesis Classic.
a Genesis Classic.
They already have a Genesis Classic.
Those suck.
Those don't.
I don't like that thing.
I don't.
I had it
I don't
myself.
think
Original
Well,
revisionist
wait.
history.
In all fairness, I technically have a Genesis Classic.
Is it called
Yeah.
the Genesis?
Huh?
Is it called the Genesis?
No, the little handheld thing
handheld
that
thing.
Baby was playing, where I was able to upload
love
my
that
own.
cartoon.
So I was able to pretty much make my own.
And then we'll make I would say a Saturn Classic, but I mean
That's not really.
That's
that
not
game.
really a
you
thing.
can't think of too many.
So
It would be 15 games.
yeah.
It'd be like, all right. you
That's
got
all
Panzer
they had.
Dragoon, you got
That
Panzer
would be-
Dragoon, Knights, Virtua Cop, Daytona USA,
And Mr. Bones.
Yeah, what? Guardian Heroes.
Guardian
Heroes.
Resident Evil.
Shining Force 3.
Resident Evil was on there.
Director's
It was, and it was
yep.
actually pretty good on Saturn.
It was really
Some of those
fucking good on
games
Saturn.
got stranded on
Saturn,
that system.
Saturn was actually a really good system. It was just fucked because
It was
Saturn.
Wait, no, here's the thing. One, it was too expensive.
That was the first problem.
Six-
And it seems like that they did not put enough time into that.
It was amazing in Japan though. They hit that market hard as fuck. Hey, the Vita's.
Once again,
I won't say the Vita's amazing in Japan, but it's doing pretty well.
Even that's starting to peter off in Japan.
Well, yeah, because nobody wants that shit anymore.
Switch is so crazy.
Right, everybody wants to Switch now. I mean, I tossed this out too and everything.
Give it to you.
So that's how we're gonna end the show. We want to thank everybody for tuning in. Thank you to all our sponsors that don't actually exist. Pringles potato chips. Put it in your mouth and bite it.
Listen, let's get one for the road, Davey.
I'm gonna pop that can. Oh, that is just not popping.
I never know.
I'll try it. Once you pop,
Holy shit! That
I said once you pop,
there you go.
you just can't stop. Icebreakers. 2 is cool. Eat 3, it'll kill you.
No, well, no.
Best line I've ever heard.
That's Altoids.
Altoids is eat one.
You need a prescription for those hoes.
Altoids is eat one, you're struggling. Eat 2, you may die.
Eat 3, you are disintegrated.
You're disintegrated. Your whole mouth is starting to fall apart.
That shit is Listerine in a
forget
capsule.
It's bad.
It is what it is.
But in all seriousness, thank you guys for tuning in.
Did you slap him?
I smacked his head and he's gonna take his keys.
Weird, right?
I have this one and I have this one too.
Well, thank you guys for tuning in to another fantastic podcast.
The pod.
Of Off the Rails, and this episode was truly off the rails.
Yeah, there was no. So if you stuck around through the whole thing and this too, you give yourself a gold star.
No, give yourself a gold
job
star,
well
and we thank you for sticking with us.
You see that? Too. You see your hand? I want you to lay that hand flat out. Open that palm up, and I want you to reach that arm back in the sky, and then arc that fucking elbow of yours, and just give yourself a pat on the back. Just go ahead and give yourself a pat on the back, because you did it. You did it.
Or if you're double jointed, I need you to arch yourself forward a little bit, for a little more, but bring your legs up in the air. Suck that dick.
All right. Suck that dick. Just suck your own dick.
Lick my balls.
Lick my balls.
Lick my balls.
You're there. Lick my balls.
So, damn, I can't even finish this.
Smash that like button.
Smash that like button. Leave us comments about your list for your system that you want a classic version of.
Like our Facebook page.
Yeah, like the Facebook page. Lots of traffic, lots of positive things coming out of that. And be sure, and this is the first time we're going to promote this because I'm probably going to make an event page for it tonight or tomorrow.
Don't lie to yourself.
Don't
lie to yourself.
The final event of the year for sfxxPlay that we will be hosting. I'm gonna call it Untitled for now. But this is the first tournament where we will host random select. And if you ain't ready, that's pretty much the idea. The whole tournament is going to be every round different game. And it's gonna be from fighting to you gotta play each other in a race in Gran Turismo 2.
Too hog time, yeah.
You gotta play the fucking... Wow, that was your ass?
Yes, it was.
That sounded like you popped some bubble wrap.
It's ready to go. It's like, I want to be quick home.
Steve,
don't you bring your
smelly
ass over here.
Yeah, come here, give me a hug.
Don't.
Come here, give me a kiss. Mwah.
Hell, we might even make you play the first level of DuckTales and then see who gets the high score. Who knows?
It's like Nick Arcade.
It could be Nick Arcade. We'll call it Fox Arcade. That's going to be the name of the fucking
I like
event.
that shit.
Fox Arcade. I'm going to get the font and I'm just going to make it... All right, it's going to be cool. Don't worry. We got it.
I like that shit. He just came up with that.
What was that video game show where they had to play shit like Chuck Rock and stuff?
Nick Arcade.
That's
Nick
Nick
Arcade.
Arcade's most frustrating
It was
30 minutes of television on
All
the
right,
planet.
guys. This is Sonic 2 and you got to get 10 rings. How the fuck you not know how to get 10 rings?
These kids are
People
shit.
were jumping over the boxes.
They said, oh, fucking shit. Oh, I'm supposed to grab that? Oh, I got hit by a... What is that thing? I'm dead? It's like...
Does that mean I win?
They're right out there. Go.
It's like all you had to do was run forward and jump. You get 3 rings immediately. I hate those kids. But thanks again for watching. So follow us, like us, subscribe, do all that jazz.
We love you.
And thank you.
Still
Good
loves
night.
you. Night night.
Woo woo!